Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Wednesday, April the 17th. My name is Judge Esparza. We have some writ hearings scheduled this afternoon. We do not have a court reporter. If you're requesting a court reporter, your case will be reset for a later date. The attorneys can please turn on their cameras. Not hearing any objection, we'll go ahead and proceed without the court reporter. The first case I'm going to call is C1571-24-J, I believe. J, State of Texas versus Mario Ojeda. Mr. Ojeda is present in the courtroom. You speak English, correct, Mr. Ojeda? He's present. We were here a couple of days ago, Mr. Villarreal. I notified you that he did have an ice hold. Requested some more time. Are you ready to proceed today?
I am, Judge, and I don't know if the court saw that we submitted some exhibits. I believe 5 of them or 6 exhibits were he filed with the court. One of them being his Social Security, number 2 being his employment authorization, number 3 being records from the elementary where he attended in 2009 through 2010 school year, number 4 being an employment authorization card. Elementary report card, and number 5 being a tax ID number, and number 6 being an employer letter where he is currently employed. So I believe what happened here, Your Honor, the last 2 days that I've looked into this, it's at the time of his arrest, he did not have any of those documents with him, his employment authorization, nor his Social Security with him. But he's here legally, Judge.
I mean, there's still an ice hold. In fact, I checked just before we got here. There's still an ice hold. So even if I grant him or reduce a bond and he makes bond, I can't change that order. It would have to be lifted by immigration. And
correct, Judge. Correct, but they won't lift it until he's in their possession. What happened at the time of his arrest, he didn't have any proof of who he was, his authorization to be here legally. And so I can't call and say, here you go. So remove the ice hold. My understanding from speaking to them is whenever he gets released and does post a bond, assuming he does and can post a bond, we will then verify those documents. And so that's the process that I was advised would follow. They won't take a phone call from me and saying, here you go. So that's why we submitted those records to the court for consideration.
I did not have an opportunity to view them. I will look at them. What are you requesting right now?
Judge, I'm requesting a $5,000 cash or surety bond. He has a total of $40,000, 2 counts, 25 and 15, 25 on the evading arrest detention, and on the theft of property, he has a $15,015. I'm requesting a $5,000 cash or surety. Your Honor, on this matter, previously we had a witness. She is available to testify that they have attempted to post the total of $40,000, have been unable, that the most money they can come up together is with $1,000 between the whole family. He's currently employed here at his mother's restaurant. There's a letter indicating to that, Judge, and we're asking the court if the court would consider reducing them to $5,000 each count.
OJ?
Your Honor, we're asking you not to reduce the bonds. We feel they're appropriate based on the fact that the defendant has an ice hold. The defendant is currently on felony deferred adjudication for a violent crime or robbery, which he just got placed on in September of 2023. We would anticipate a motion to adjudicate will be filed soon. And now he's picked up 2 felonies. So obviously he's recommitting crimes. He also has many prior thefts, Your Honor, in addition to this one. So for the safety of the community, we feel the bonds are also appropriate. So we'd ask you not to reduce the bonds.
I didn't see a robbery charge. I saw an evading charge that, that CR 206522C. Is he on probation for that, or is that?
I believe he's on probation for the misdemeanors, Judge. If I remember correct, the robbery was dismissed.
I'm looking at CR 2623C, Your Honor.
It's Mario Ojeda, OJ?
Yeah, is that who we're talking about? Mario Ojeda?
Yes.
Yes. Mario Contreras Ojeda, Calixto was his attorney, pled out
Correct.
September 25th, 2023 to a robbery, 8 years deferred adjudication. The CR 2065-22C was dismissed as part of that plea.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, and I'm looking at the facts. Mr. Villarreal, have you had an opportunity to look at the complaint?
No, Your Honor, we have been unable to get it.
It's alleging that he drove against traffic on the expressway at speeds in excess of 100 miles an hour against traffic. And then there's also that theft charge.
I understand, Judge, and I understand the issue Mr. Esquivel brought up about the possible MTA. So we understand all those possible situations.
What I'm gonna do is, I'm not inclined to reduce it right now. I would like an opportunity to review those documents that you submitted. And based on what those are, I'll make a determination if I'm gonna lower it at all, or if it'll remain the same.
Yes, sir.
If you do make bond, Mr. Ojeda, because there is an immigration the possibility or that immigration will pick you up is very likely, and they'll have you in their custody. If that's the case, your attorney indicated that he would get whatever documents he has to them to see if they'll release you here in the United States. Does he have a deportation, OJ, prior to removal?
Oh, let me check that, Judge. I apologize. I didn't look at that.
Where, Mr. Villarreal, if he has a prior removal?
I believe he does not, Judge.
Judge, I don't have the NCIC. I apologize. I wouldn't be able to answer that.
When you pled him out to the robbery, Mr. Villarreal, was he in custody?
No, he was, Your Honor. He was released on probation. He did not have an ICE hold on that occasion when he was initially arrested.
Okay. All right. I'm going to review those documents you submitted, and then I'll make a determination, and I'll submit an order, if not this afternoon, by tomorrow afternoon.
Thank you, Your Honor. May we be excused, Judge?
All right. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you,
You
Judge.
have a seat, sir. Good luck to you. Next case I'm going to call is C-1698-24-A, State of Texas versus Ismael Colon. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
You speak English, correct, Mr. Colon? He is English speaking. Mr. Mesa, this is your motion, sir. You may proceed.
Judge, on Mr. Colon, it looks like initially when I had spoken to Mr. Colon, there had been a parole hold. Since me speaking with him, I think it's been about 2 weeks. There should be no parole hold. I think that that's been lifted. So we went ahead and filed a writ on it, Your Honor. Writ, the amount of bond it's currently it's set at $15,000. This is a state jail felony theft. I did speak with the complaining witness who I spoke with a couple of days ago. It was a car. It's like he took the car. They had gone into an argument. The car, she said, was recovered within about 5-10 minutes after him taking it. She wanted to drop the charges at some point, but by the time she was able to get a hold of anybody, it was too late. It looks like they had already had him magistrated, I think, at the local level. So she says that she wants to file an affidavit of non-prosecution at some point. Obviously, she can at this time. He is a US citizen. I do know that he has a prior, it looks like he's got a prior credit card or debit abuse case out of Lubbock County. Don't know the degree of felony that was, but I do know he's got that prior. And so I would assume that that's where that the warrant, parole warrant was coming from. So she says that she's able to come up with at least $500 with for a total bond. It's set at 15,000. We're asking the court to consider reducing it to a 5,000 cash or surety. He also has a theft. It looks like that's been a misdemeanor theft, and it looks like that bond has been surrendered. So they're going to have to come up with some additional money with that. But we're first trying to see if we can get any kind of relief on this case at this point, Your Honor.
Okay. OJ?
Judge, I don't, we were recommending a reduction to 5,000 cash surety.
Well, that works out then. We'll go ahead and follow the agreement or the recommendation from the state. Bond will be reduced to $5,000 cash surety. Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name, please. I did not see a protective order in this. I mean, it wasn't an assault or anything. They may not want you going back to that address. Avoid any problems. You may want to stay away from there. Where do you live, sir? What city do you currently live in?
Wants to go with her. She's my girlfriend. I mean, we have kids. She's pregnant, so she started arguing with me.
Do you have someplace to go if you can't go back there?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Stay in contact with your attorney. Robert, you have contact information for him?
We have contact information, Your Honor, I do, and I think I still have his girlfriend's information as well. I mean, just to kind of keep heads in touch with him after he's able to bond out. I'll reach out to her and then obviously reach out to him as well.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and reduce the bond to $5,000 cash surety. No drugs, no alcohol, sir, while you're on bond, you understand? All right, good luck to you. Go ahead and have a seat. Thank you, Mr. Mesa.
Thank you, Judge.
Next case we're gonna call is C-1684-24-L, State of Texas versus Ruben Rodriguez Jr. Mr. Rodriguez, you speak English?
Sure.
Go ahead and step into the middle of the room there, face the TV monitor. Right there's good. Mr. Canche, this is your motion, sir. He is English speaking. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Rodriguez has been charged with sexual assault. The bond is set at $100,000. Respectfully, he cannot make that. He is a citizen. He's not a flight risk. We're respectfully requesting, Your Honor, if the court would reduce it to an amount that he can afford. And speaking to him, he is indigent. I've been a court appointed. He does have a housing right now, so he wouldn't be near the victim. He is housing through I believe, the housing authority. So at this time, Your Honor, respectfully requesting the court would consider, I mean, at least maybe a $5,000 cash surety bond.
OJ?
Your Honor, we're opposed to any bond reduction, violent offense, for the safety of the victim. The defendant was also out on bond at the time of this offense for a state jail felony possession of a controlled substance. So we're asking that the bond remain as is.
Really, you represent him on that PLCS charge?
No, Your Honor.
Actually, I wrote it down. I think it's the public defender's office. Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name, please. Put your hand down. How old are you, sir?
I'm 49. Jacksonville, Michigan.
How long have you lived in Hidalgo County?
In Hidalgo County, all my life.
A family down here? Brothers, parents?
Everybody here. They live in Edinburgh.
What city do you currently live in? Mark? Your attorney said you lived in housing. They may be subject to eviction with these type of charges. I'm not sure.
Yes, I believe he informed me that the contract would probably be up soon.
If you do make bonds, sir, asking that there be no contact with the alleged victim, do you understand that? Nor her family members whatsoever, you understand?
I understand.
Don't send anybody to talk to him. Don't talk to her parents or anybody else. You understand that? Based on the charge, really, the best I can do, I can cut it in half. Bond will be reduced to $50,000 cash surety.
Yes, Your Honor.
Contact with the victim. Understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Anything else?
That's all we have, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir. Next case we're gonna call is C1668-24-J, State of Texas versus Juan Alberto Cantu. Speak English, correct, Mr. Cantu? He is present in the
Yeah, here you are.
courtroom. He's English speaking. Mr. Moreno, I don't see you. Where are you? Or,
Your Honor, Victor
Victor?
Jaramillo standing in for Mr. Moreno.
okay. It's your motion, sir. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor, Mr. Cantu is here. He currently has a felony theft of property and an evading arrest misdemeanor. He's been incarcerated since the 9th of this month. He currently has a bond set for the felony at $100,000. Mr. Moreno has been in contact with Mr. Cantu. He's unable to post that bond. We tried to make contact with his mother to see what amount can be reached, but we've been unable to make contact with her. At this point, we're asking for a bond reduction, Your Honor. We understand he has some priors, but from what we see, everything's been disposed of at this point.
Particular amount you're asking for on bond amount?
Your Honor, we would ask for a similar $5,000 as the misdemeanor. Cash share.
OJ?
Sorry, Judge, I missed the case number. What was it?
1668-24-J,
6-8.
Juan Alberto Cantu. It's
Yes, Your Honor, we're recommending a reduction from 100 to 50,000 cash surety.
I didn't see any priors on this.
He has one prior felony, Judge, out of Cameron County.
Old, recent? Does it show? What is it?
Let me check, Judge. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
It's an aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, Your Honor. Offense date was 12/11/19. Defendant was convicted on August 16th of 2022 and sentenced to 2 years TDC.
Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God? State your name, please. How old are you, Mr. Rodriguez?
24.
Where were you born?
I'm from Texas.
What city do you currently live in?
I'm from Texas.
How long have you lived in Cameron County?
I'm all my life.
Who do you live with over there?
Well, I'm staying in my mom's house right now.
Since in 2022, when were you released? Last year?
Yes, sir. 2010.
23?
Yes, sir.
You have a job?
I currently work in construction.
You on parole right now?
No, sir.
Reading the complaint, my understanding is he was the passenger in the vehicle, correct?
That's our understanding, Your Honor.
Yeah, reduce the bond to $25,000, cash surety, and the UAs through probation, Probation will contact you to go in and get drug. If you make bond, you're going to get drug tested. No drugs, no alcohol. You understand? You come back positive, you come back to jail. You understand that? If you don't show up, you're gonna come back to jail. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Stay in contact with your attorney if you make bond. Bond will be reduced to $25,000 cash surety.
Understood, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir.
Maybe-
Proceed.
Maybe
Yes,
it's Your Honor.
thank you, Mr. Alden.
Thank you. Have a good
Thank
afternoon.
you. Jaime, next case we have is 1677-24-I, State of Texas versus Gilberto Jesus Munoz. You speak English, Mr. Munoz? He is present in the courtroom. He is English speaking. Mr. Munoz, I'm sorry, Mr. Aleman, this is your motion, sir. You may proceed.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good afternoon. Your Honor, on this particular case, Mr. Munoz is before the Honorable Court on a charge of aggravated assault with a $75,000 cash surety bond. He is indigent. I am court-appointed counsel. He's unable to make the current level of his bond. In full disclosure, Judge, he is currently on probation at the 430th District Court since last year. At this point, we don't believe any motions to revoke have been filed. I have not been appointed to represent him on those, as I discussed with my client. However, pending the review by the probation department, we are asking for consideration of a bond reduction. He is a U.S. citizen. He would be able to be gainfully employed if released, Your Honor. And so we're asking for a reduction from $75,000 to $5,000 cash or surety. He thinks his family could make that particular bond level, Judge.
OJ,
We're asking that no reduction be given by this court. This defendant does have prior felonies, and there was a gun used in this case.
you had an opportunity to review the complaint, Mr. Aleman?
Judge, I did have an opportunity. Ms. Annalise De Leon Vargas did send that to me earlier today, Judge. We do understand that there's allegations involving, for probable cause purposes. We do understand that, Judge. My client, however, does have a very different version of the facts, if you will. But we do understand that was part of the aggravated assault allegation. And so at this time, we are asking, obviously, for his presumption of innocence to be given a more reasonable bond than the $75,000 cash or surety, Judge.
I'm a little concerned that he's out on probation, and this is a very serious charge. From what I read in the complaint, $20. Raise your right hand, sir. The truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God.
Yes, sir.
State your name.
Gilberto Jesus Munoz,
How old are you, sir?
I'm 23 plus.
Put on probation last year. Have you been reporting, sir?
Yes, sir. I've been reporting every month. I just reported on the 26th.
Report here. Where do you, I'm sorry,
I just got out of one day.
hold on. What city do you currently live in?
Every-
How long have you lived in Edinburgh? Who do you live with?
My mom.
You have a job?
Yes, sir. I was working the solar panels recently. I just came down.
Hold on, you were working where?
Solar panels. I just came down.
Like, so you're working out of county?
Yes. Pero, yeah.
Understand, if I do lower your bond and you make bond and they file a motion to revoke, you'll end up back in jail. You understand that? But if you do make bond, I'm gonna order random UAs to probation. No contact with the victim. People driving by their house. Don't send them text messages. Don't send them messages on Facebook or Messenger or anything. Do you understand that? The victim or his family. Do you understand that? I will be reduced to $25,000 cash surety.
Thank you, Your Honor. We appreciate that.
Mr. Aleman, the court retains jurisdiction for 30 days. If they file a motion to revoke, well, obviously it'd be a moot point. If they don't, and you want to revisit this within the 30 days, we can do that.
Appreciate that, Judge. I do very much appreciate the court's time and consideration.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir. Go ahead and have a seat. You too. That's everybody, OJ.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
Thank you, say was filling in tomorrow?
Alex Benavides.
Okay, all right, perfect. All right, thank you very much.
Thank you. Have a good one, Judge.
You too. Take care.